All right, I'd like to call this meeting to order. And normally, at this time, we would recognize visitors if anybody had anything they wanted to share that wasn't on the agenda for tonight. But I don't think we've got anybody here to for that. So next item on the agenda is consideration of the minutes for March 22nd, 2023.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented for Wednesday, March 22nd, 2023.
I'll second.
Motion has been made and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Moving along, no old business. We have new business before us. Jonas and Susan Hill, 318 Prospect Street, and the request is for a conditional use permit for a short-term rental in an R2 zone. Do we want to hear, Amanda, do you want to give an oversight?
Sure, I can. So, as shown on the aerial map, this property is located just across from where Forest Street intersects with Prospect Street. So, just across from that. It's hard to see in the picture in the aerial map, but it looks like they probably have a driveway here, and the owner can give us a little more information about that. It is in the R2 zone. All notices, as required by Kara's statute, have been sent.
Is my voice not loud enough, Jeff? And just as a reminder to the board, some conditions that we have put on short-term rental in the past is that it stays with the property owner, occupant load of 200 square feet per person, 2 off-street parking, and a 10 p.m. check-in time max. And the owner is here to represent.
We'll have to swear you in.
Okay. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Great.
And if you will just state your name for the record.
Okay. Susan Hill.
All right. Any questions for Susan?
How many square feet is the house?
It's like 1,700. And I know the picture, thankfully, we have actually went in and trimmed down a lot of that tree and that overgrowth, so it's probably more clearly now. But we trimmed all that down. There is a drive and a carport that pulls in right behind, so there's plenty of room for parking or anything like that.
How many cars could you get on the carport or in the driveway?
Under the carport, we could get 2. In the driveway, I mean, you could probably get, 2 or 3 more. Yeah, there's plenty of parking.
So it's 1,700 square feet, Amanda. Well, we can't have half a person, so we would say 8. There might be half a person, half a brain, but yeah, we would limit the occupant load for 8.
Okay.
How many bedrooms is it?
It's 3 bedroom, 2 bath.
Had you considered a maximum occupant load, anything different?
No,
Okay.
no, that sounds, I mean, I wouldn't think, comfortably,
Yep.
that would be the
Okay.
max.
Okay.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, do we know where the closest conditional use short-term rental is to this location? Is it on Forest Street?
Yeah, there would be some, and I may need to take this off, and let me look at something else, but it seems like we have at least one on Forest Street and maybe one on Jackson. Yeah, 2 on Center. Yep. But I need to look up that closest address. If you would like for me to do that, I'll just unplug my computer and look that up.
I think I know where it is. It's at the top of the hill. It's about halfway between the block between Center and Jackson. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I was trying to move my maps so that we might recognize it. Well, again, I know we have at least one on Jackson Street, and that, which would probably be the closest.
Yep.
So I have a question. What's the green dots?
The address points.
Oh, okay.
Susan, I have a question for you. In your, I'm not sure what you would call this, but when you're describing what you want to do with your home, when you were describing what you wanted to do with this, there's we also desire to allow local artists the opportunity to display their work in our home in hopes of supporting their business as well. So what does that mean to you?
Well, I know there are several local artists that do, whether it be their paintings or whether it be crafts as far as, what other, all the Old Town Berea stuff, pottery, that kind of stuff. If they're interested, we would just like to, purchase that, exhibit it, and then maybe have some other business cards or something in case someone is looking to purchase something that maybe we've got displayed.
But so I would see that as a renter. As somebody who's coming to Berea, could I just come there and buy the stuff? Because that seems, that's like a business at that point, right?
No, I'm just thinking more of like, because a lot of times when people visit, they want to know what's in the area. They want to know what's, to offer, such as like Papolino's or some of the restaurants that are just true to Berea, that you can't, go and see these things everywhere.
Got it.
So I'm just thinking something like that. If there's local artists that we have some of their portraits up, this is how you would contact them, or this is where you could visit their shops, or just those kinds of things.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry if I didn't clarify that.
No worries. I got you.
No neighbor responses?
No neighbor response, correct.
And all neighbors were notified. Looks like there's a number of them. 7? Yep. Or 6. Susan, I'm just curious, and this has happened before, before this board for consideration of conditional use, but did you purchase the property with the intention for it to be a short-term rental?
We did. That was
Okay.
our intention when we
Yeah.
purchased it, was to hopefully go through that process and be able to use it as an Airbnb. We have a rather large family ourselves, so when we go out of town, beach or wherever we may go, Tennessee, oftentimes we utilize Airbnbs just because they're a little more comfortable than your hotels and a little more personal. And we've just always enjoyed that, and we've just always thought that was, just a really great opportunity. And so it's something we've always wanted to do, and just decided, you know what, we might as well do it now. We're not getting any younger, so.
And I see you do live in Berea. It's
Yes.
just something we may need to be or want to be cognizant in the future if we start getting properties purchased, especially if it's by outside of Berea owners with the intention for short-term rentals, because that would take away from a long-term Berea occupancy, so to speak. So would welcome a motion, or if there's more discussion.
Definitely got 4 parking spaces, right?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Without any concern.
Because I know that
There's-
in that area down there,
Yeah,
there's
no.
just not much.
That driveway is, it is a very long driveway, and then you've got the carport. There would be no problem having 4 vehicles in there at all. It would not cause any kind of issue, roadway or anything like that. It's very well, you would not have any kind of issue with parking.
Is there on-street parking on Prospect?
There is not.
I wouldn't ride a bicycle.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the request for a conditional use permit for 318 Prospect Street for a short-term rental in an R2 zone with the following conditions. Check in no later than 10 p.m. The conditional use permit goes with the owner, not the property, and off-street parking only.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion has been made and second for a approval of a conditional use permit for a short-term rental in an R2 zone at 318 Prospect Street with check-in no later than 10 p.m. The conditional use stays with the owner and no on-street parking, of course. And was there anything else that I missed?
Do we have a maximum of 8 people? With the 1,700 square feet?
Oh, yes, and a maximum of 8 people.
And a maximum of 8 people, yes. Thank you. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
and I see there's no other business.
Did you have a vote, or did you have a first?
Oh,
Did I miss the vote?
I missed, thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carries, thank you.
And just so you know, the property, will need to have a life safety check, so you're gonna just call the codes office. We'll schedule somebody to come out there, take a look at it whenever you're ready. And, you will need to file a business license with the city for it because it is subject to transient room tax. If you have questions about how that's collected, you'll need to contact the tax administrator for the city. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Is there a motion to adjourn? Yes. All in favor?